May I now call upon Mr. Rajendra Singh Pawar, Chairman and Co-founder NIIT Group, and Professor Prakash Gopalan, President NIIT University, for the official launch of the third cohort of the Founders Growth Camp. Over to you, Professor Gopalan.
Okay. We had some marvelous sessions today, starting with Sukata, who really kind of, spoke so very well, made so much sense, and brought life to this entire meet. And from that point on, I think the others took over. And we have a lot of people to thank today. Sukata Mitra, Professor Sukata Mitra himself, then Ashwin Damera, Ryan Wallace, Kitty Agarwal, Vidit Jaiswal, Rakesh Gupta, Sanjay Bigchandani, Krishna Kumar, Mayank Kumar, who came, in absentia, Abhishek Maheshwari. And we had very able moderators who helped us keep track of time to the minute almost. Ravi Garikipati, Anand Sudarshan, and not to say the least again, Mr. Rajendra Pawar himself, who moderated the session with Bigchandani. And at the end, Vijay Tharani, of course, who woke up at a very unearthly hour to make his last session possible. And on that note, I think we have to go ahead and see who are the right people whom we can groom for the growth camp that is scheduled to be held at the university between the 3rd and 5th of April. We are all looking forward to the startups that are selected for this purpose. And I think soon in time to come, we will notify them of what is to be done next. And I think on that note, I would like to thank all of these gentlemen for having taken time off from their schedules to make this summit a success today. And I would like to pass on the baton to Mr. Pawar to go through the process of closing and also to say whatever he has on his mind regarding the growth camp that will happen later.
Thank you, Professor Gopalan, and thanks to everybody who's taken time out to be with us. I think, as Professor Gopalan mentioned, the next step in this process is to take a deeper dive, 2 nights and 3 days on campus for those who are interested, where we think we can add value. And if you recall in the session with Sanjeev Bigchandani, I was making the point of saying a lot of people get in with good intent, but a lack of some nuanced understanding of what is revenue recognition, what is governance, and so on. And many, of course, are quite smart or natural about it, or they already have mentors who deal with them. But we have found over the last couple of years that in addition to the master classes and so on, what the founders who came there to the university found most useful was talking to each other. And I noted that in the conversation when we had Ryan and Damera. It was really nice to see how Ryan looked up to Damera, who's ahead of him in this activity for a few years. And he says, I have to learn from you. Basically, that's what I have to do. And we've seen tremendous bonhomie and sharing in the last 2 growth camps. And many of them said the best takeaway for them was they now have a set of people who are in a similar boat and they can compare notes, but not to miss the inputs they get from experienced people in a master class format. And of course, Vijay, myself, Professor Gopalan, a couple of other board members from NIIT, we go to the university because we think it's important. There's a lot of bright young people who jumped into this and encountered this unexpected boom and bust kind of phase, but we won't say bust, but very rosy and very suddenly very bleak looking picture. But then we learned today that the bleak picture is for those who did not think through. The bleak picture is for those who were not very careful. The bleak picture is for those who collected money because it was for the taking. The bleak picture was the people who did not have checks and balances either as a team or some mentor, and who rushed into things without understanding the complexity and the nuances of this business, the simple requirements of governance, the simple fundamentals of revenue recognition, a few things like that. And of course, the Growth Camp will also look at brand building, which is important. We didn't take that as a session in this, but that tends to be more hands-on. And things like product market fit, which were talked about, we will be doing that as a masterclass as well. So, as always, I picked up a few very nice ideas today myself, and we will obviously play those back to people who come to the campus. So, Professor Gopalan, now it's for you and your team to get into the details. I know that you already have made out a very good plan. Very large involvement of students, involvement of faculty, involvement of outsiders who are experts to make that a rich program. So with that, I'd like to bring this to an end, and thanks everybody who's put in so much effort. And back to you, Neha, to formally close the session.
And thank you.
Thank you all. With this, we have come to the end of the proceedings of the day. Thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful time ahead. Hope to see you in the campus. Thank you.